Okay, disclaimer. Okay, so episode 5 is a thing. Well, no, this is episode 5, but we say it's episode 6 because we reacted to like a movie and it was bad. So we're not gonna show you guys that, and instead this is episode 5. So don't be confused about that. But it's fine. Oh, also, this is audio only because my phone ran out of storage. And every time they say 6, just think 5. Episode 5. Thank you. Enjoy the podcast. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello and
welcome to the Skibodacious Podcast.
We're your hosts.
How do you guys f it up twice in one day?
We're your hosts, Matthew,
Chris,
No.
and it's episode 6 this time. We just wrapped up episode 5. If you watched episode 5, we're sorry.
We're really sorry.
That was a waste of everyone's time.
Actually, no. We're sorry for ourselves. We're not sorry for you choosing to watch
we're
that.
sorry for you.
No, we're sorry.
Those two can be sorry.
We're sorry for Gatsby too.
Our good reputation brought you to this, and we tricked you. We forced you to watch.
That
I don't even remember what it's called.
some
Your drawings.
our drawings.
Yeah.
That was bad. That was really bad. We're sorry.
So we're cooked.
Yeah. So, well, let's try our soda. Last episode, we tried Fanta, and that was S tier. That was the best soda we've ever had on the podcast. Way better than 7-Up. Way better than Diet Pepsi.
Anything's better than
sugar.
Pepsi.
Pepsi Zero. Same thing.
No, it's different.
We're not trying Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi's better.
Anyway, our soda this time is Coca-Cola. We hope this is... I'm assuming this could be like A tier. Maybe S. We'll see.
Let's give it a
Yeah.
crack.
On 3. On 1, 2, 3. Nice. Oh, and you can just
Cheers, bro. Dill, twice in one day, bro. Cheers.
fatty.
I was getting the shit on. It was about to spill off the side. Oh.
It was about to spill, or you spilled it.
Oh my bad. See, that's why I was trying to like get the stuff off the rim.
And that's just clean.
Wait, my bad.
I'll be back. You guys rate the soda.
It's
I'm a
because
fiend for Coke, so S tier.
it's because of the movie. I'm completely clapping. Yeah, let's see.
Joe, what do you think of the soda? Your podcast.
The soda, not as good as Fanta. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of Coke, but it's like the taste is like basic. Like this is what I expect from a soda. This is what all sodas should kind of like aim for. It's like the standard. Fanta is like an exception. It's like too good, so that's why it's an S. I feel like this is our most solid A tier. This should be our new benchmark for A tier.
Yeah, I will try this soda in just a
I
second.
would put it in S because I'm just a fiend for it.
If we get lime Coke, though. Oh, we gotta do that.
We gotta do that. All right, let me try the Coke here.
Dill, you're getting the soda next week, right?
Yeah, I think. All right, what do you think about it, Chris?
I'm not a big fan.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know. It tastes diet. You know what I'm saying? Like, try
No.
it. Just taste it. Think of diet. Like, it just there's like this weird...
I mean, it has an aftertaste, but I don't know if I'd call it diet per se.
B tier.
I feel like everything you don't like, you just call diet. Like whatever you don't like, that's just diet to you. I feel like it's A. It's like the standard soda that all soda should be compared
I think
to.
me and Chris just average out to A, and Dill
Yeah.
solidifies that.
Yeah.
Th-
We'll give this an A. This is a good A.
This is the middle. This should be the absolute middle of A tier
Dude, I still
because
can't
this
get-
is the benchmark.
I can't get over the movie. Like, to these people, that was a week ago.
To us, it was like 10 minutes ago.
No, but to them, it just seems like we've been affected for a week, just absolutely distraught by that movie.
This ruined my break.
This set
This
up my
sucks.
break
It was
for
bad.
failure.
It was really bad.
And I blame it all on the people who voted, and also on Chris for suggesting.
Yeah,
the
I'm
idea.
so sorry.
So bad.
It was bad. It was
I can't.
it was a really bad movie. Get down.
I'm gonna have to go home and like try to sleep, knowing that piece of filth exists.
It's gonna
Like
give me nightmares.
It's bad.
it should be banned.
It was so bad.
That is cruel and unusual
Anyway.
punishment.
We're gonna give this an A, right? It's a good. No, I'm not saying it's a bad soda. I'm just saying it's not the best soda.
Yeah, I think
It's not S tier. A is good. I think A is a good benchmark for this. Like, if we were to rate a soda, we're gonna base it around Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's the benchmark.
Yeah, but yeah.
Fuck, dude. The movie.
I
sorry, should I
I
swear?
still have a
No, I
headache
can
because of it.
No,
Honestly.
I mean like in front of your family.
They don't hear you.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
What's
just
the fluff?
honestly, we should have probably done that after this episode, but after the topic of this episode, which is what is the best video game of all time? Now, I have two favorite video games. One is from the Mario series, and one is from Valve. What's your favorite video games, Matthew?
Elden Ring and Super Mario Galaxy 2.
2?
Yeah, I like 2 more than 1.
Dill, what's your favorite game?
I mean, if we're talking like, just like when it comes to favorite, not what I think is objectively the best. Probably
Like, don't think of like the impact it had, or like just like you're playing a video game. What's the best video game?
like if I had to pick, just I mean, like probably just Doom Eternal.
Why?
Why? I mean, it's probably the most well-designed shooter ever conceived, at least on the single-player perspective.
Yeah, Fortnite. I
What?
should have tire screech.
I said like it's the best single-player
it's not.
shooter ever made. Like it's the best in its genre.
Well, I've never played it.
Well, that's
I mean,
a damn
I have
shame.
played it technically, but I wouldn't.
Well, it's like
Fortnite's pretty good, man.
well, okay. The thing is, when you're talking about like the best video game, you have to have some sort of criteria, right? But what is our criteria?
Just a good video game. Music, story, plot,
So
gameplay, controls. Not
I think gameplay.
nothing out of itself, like impact
just
it had,
purely on its own merits.
purely on the video game. Just the video game itself.
And so, like, do we value like a couple factors over others? Like, is gameplay the most important thing we're talking about
Everything's
Okay,
equal.
okay.
Let's
Here,
just-
here, how about this? We'll factor in gameplay, story, visuals, and ingenuity.
Visuals for its time.
Yeah, like
We can't
visuals,
go on. We can't just
Well, yeah,
pop in
no.
a PS5 game and say, "Hey, this."
here? Do
this
visuals matter?
I think like the appeal of it, not how
Visuals-
good it is, but the appeal.
not like realistic visuals, but visuals like on regards to its own art style.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't have to be, like obviously a game like Undertale. Its visuals aren't the greatest of all time, but it's appealing.
And it's still
immerses you.
emotionally driven.
And it's still emotionally driven. It's the visuals aren't the core of it. So if it's a game where the visuals like a I don't know, a graphic novel, not a graphic novel. What's the thing?
The visual
Novel. Thank you. If it like the visuals would obviously be significantly more important than a game like again Undertale or Geometry Dash. So are we even gonna consider Geometry Dash? No.
We can. I mean, Geometry Dash is the best game of its genre. Sure. What even is the genre of Geometry
Platformer.
Dash?
platformer.
Platformer.
Yeah,
Well,
but
no,
Mario.
no, Mario-
Yeah,
Mario
no,
Galaxy.
never mind.
2D platform. 2D mobile platformer.
Like
It's just 2D platformer. Yeah.
2D mobile platformer.
I don't know if like mobile really factors into it. It's just 2D plat. I mean, I think
Well,
I think
Hollow
it's
Knight's a 2D platformer.
2D. It's a Metroidvania.
Fuck is a Metroid?
Basically,
Gesundheit.
a Metroidvania is a type of game. It's like similar to it's like basically an RPG where as you go along, you get like upgrades and such that allow you to access more of the map, and you slowly build your character in a linear fashion. Whereas a non-Metroidvania game like Dark Souls, it's kind of linear, but it's pretty damn open.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go on a tangent here because you saying unlocking parts of the map reminded me of a thought I have. Every time I get my grandma to talk about a new subject, it's always like I feel like I'm unlocking a new part of the map, as in it's not the same 5 things. And then I immediately lose
Why are
that
your
part of-
audio levels so low?
Wait.
Just put up your thing up to. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Now he's normal.
podcast till I'm
Put your mic a little further away.
Oh, all right.
Because look how like.
Oh yeah, it's like spiky.
Well, I usually hold my mic here, so can they not hear me in the last episode?
No, you were fine. No, because I can just fix our audio levels.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Sigh.
Best game story. What even is the story of Doom Eternal?
Doom.
Just shoot
It's a Doom game. There is no story. It's gameplay. It's pure gameplay. I mean, I don't know how you guys look at games. I play a game for the gameplay. That's really like 85% of what I care about. Like, if I want a story, I'll go watch a movie. If I play a game because it's a game.
I think being able to immerse yourself in the story is like,
No.
'cause, let's say for Mario Galaxy, which is my favorite game of all time, there's still like a basic story. Sure, it's just Bowser bad, haha. But like throughout parts of the game, you unlock more backstory of Rosalina, like
Yeah.
the other like princess in that movie. You unlock like lore for that and backstory.
And
you're
then-
immersing yourself because you're finding out new things about that character.
Again, like the story is relative because obviously a game like Doom Eternal that doesn't have any story, so it's not a big deal going into the thing, and like, but again, a visual novel, the whole thing is the story.
Yeah, so like when we talk about this best game, like I think it's difficult because you can have a best game like for gameplay, like the best like conceived gameplay experience, but if you play, it depends on what you're looking for in a video game. If you want a story-based game, it's a completely different field.
I mean, yeah, but also Galaxy's gameplay.
No, but so if we're trying to get an overall thing for all of that, then I think, based on our categories, like the best thing overall would probably be the Spider-Man PS5 game.
I haven't
PS4.
played that one.
Why?
Because
Okay, why though?
it is a good story, I think, right?
Sure,
It has
it's Spider-Man.
It has good gameplay. It has great graphics, and it's like pretty. It has a lot of ingenuity with its
Go on, go on.
like just its mechanics.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
I completely disagree because I mean it's probably a good game, sure, but like off the top of my head, like
Best of all time.
yeah, all time, like
Good one.
Even like a pretty good like A tier game like Hollow Knight is probably a better game than
No,
that.
I'm not saying it's a better game. I'm just saying based off our categories, it's
Our
like
category.
overall.
It'd be decent in our categories.
Yeah, it'd be good, but I wouldn't say it's the best of all time.
Yeah,
Like for Galaxy, the gameplay
Is amazing.
It's awesome because it uses what it has, the controls and the nunchuck. Oh, sorry,
Disgusting.
And stuff. Dude, we're drinking soda every day. You gotta get used to it.
Yeah, I know, but like the toy Galaxy, the one where you're on the ball and you have to like motion control
Just
it.
all like it just expands upon itself because of its like controls, and the controls are perfect.
Yeah.
It's just though it feels beautiful with the nunchuck. You feel like you're Mario, like you feel Mario coming inside of you. It's just so.
on another note, do we factor replayability into a game?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's our fifth category.
Is Doom? Would you say Doom? Yeah. You still play it. So.
Yeah, Doom Eternal infinitely replayable. I mean like gameplay. I think probably like if we're talking strictly gameplay, I think Doom Eternal is probably number 2, like best designed gameplay of all time. It's like
Compared to what's number 1?
compared to I don't know, just like I mean relative. I mean I think out of all the games I've played, it's probably the best gameplay. But like if you're looking at the whole aggregate game design, it's probably like top 10 games ever made because it's able to take the formula to its natural conclusion. And then like story wise, like there is a story there if you want it. There's like codex entries. There is like story about what's actually happening, like, and a reason for why you're fighting like all those demons.
Another thing to consider is games that present the story to you versus games where you should like actively seek out the lore in the story. For example, I guess Five Nights at Freddy's, that doesn't present any story
there's
to you.
no story. If you're looking
There's no
for it, there's
story.
books. If you're looking for it, there's books.
But you have to look to find like the story behind all of it.
Yeah, but
the-
most of it's in the books,
Yeah, I know, but like
as said by Matt Pat.
yeah.
And also Hello Neighbor, like most of its lore is just
That
like
game has lore.
Can we even? I feel like it's a disgrace to mention that game
Yeah.
when we're talking about the best game of all
well, I
time.
know I'm not. We're just like we're just saying like in terms of like what were we talking about? Oh, lore. In terms of lore, like as Matt, what are you doing?
So, Chris, you want to continue?
No, what are you
Continue.
doing? Oh my god, bro! You did not set that up for anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's like lore. I don't know, like story wise, if it helps you immerse in, if it helps you, dude, if it helps you immerse in the story, then it can help with. What are we talking about? Matthew's distracting me with this.
Lore versus presented versus seeking.
I mean, it just depends on how they do it. Like, if you want to buy physical media to figure out what's going on with the lore, dude. If you want to, you're so. Dude, okay, but like if you, I don't know, it just depends. For Mario, like you can't like, it's not much lore because it's just Mario. Mario is fighting a thing.
I mean, to be fair though, Mario, like, okay, maybe a hot take. I don't think there's much story in Mario. No one like.
No, but like
It's progression, but it's not story.
Yeah.
there's no. It just it happens. Like, all,
But it's not
the
like-
same
it's
thing.
like
Bowser
deep.
steals Peach.
It happens for a reason, but it doesn't really
So-
need to be cohesive.
So for
Yeah.
assessing Mario Galaxy, from what I'm hearing,
Oh, also music. Music's a factor.
Oh yeah.
music. Yeah, I mean, music is like difficult
It's
because it's,
half
so
of
subjective.
your sense. It's the other half
That's
Yeah.
true.
of your sense,
So I guess sound design.
and just sound, music.
Yeah.
Like Mario Galaxy, it's an orchestrated soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean Odyssey too. That has a good soundtrack.
Yeah, but Galaxy.
No.
But
The
Galaxy.
most immersive soundtrack, Breath of the Wild.
Well, for Zelda and I'll put in Tears of the Kingdom. Honestly, Breath of the Wild is a good contender for best game of all time.
Yeah.
But when we're thinking in a game sense, Tears of the Kingdom would be, since it's like, I guess
It's just better.
Yeah.
it's just better. Comparing to Tears of the Kingdom
voice
and
shake there. Compared. You're like a sheep.
compare comparing Tears of the Kingdom to Breath of the Wild is like comparing like a full completed game to a beta, almost. Like there's
Yeah.
the mechanics of Tears of the Kingdom is far much better than what Breath of the Wild's ever seen when it comes to dude, I cannot take this seriously. But like,
Sorry.
just like the movement, the feel of like the new abilities, like making your own weapon, which they improved durability on. But like, wait, do we even count like sequels as just different games? Because Tears of the
Yes.
Kingdom is basically like, okay, but are we acting as it's a sequel or as it's just its own game? Probably its own game, right?
With our criteria on
Yeah.
some because when I'm talking about Eternal, I'm not talking about Doom 2016.
Yeah,
so.
but like, you know what? Tears of the Kingdom kind of is a good contender. Have you played it,
No.
dude?
It's $70.
Dude, it's on sale.
Is it?
It's normally on sale.
Nintendo games go on sale.
Yeah, Costco.
Oh,
Yeah, but yeah, it could. Yeah, no, sound design in Breath of the Wild is insane. You know why?
Yeah.
Whatever you have equipped, it is a whole different like sound for like when you're walking and doing any type of motion. It's just cool. Okay, this guy does not care, but like, you know what I mean, right?
I
When you're
mean-
holding like a metal bow and like wood, you can hear the sound of, like clanking
Wood.
clanking metal with wood.
I mean the thing is, the reason I don't care is because
Wood.
if we're talking just even within its own genre, I feel like Tears of the Kingdom is somewhat outdone by a game like Witcher 3, or at the very least, the contention between them is so close, such that we can't definitively say
I've never
it-
played Witcher 3, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, but it's like from what I'm hearing, you're saying, like Tears of the Kingdom, like pretty damn good gameplay. Right?
It's a really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn,
so like
dude.
probably like like pretty close to like perfect gameplay, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like what, like 9.5
Yeah.
out of 10, like really
yes,
high up
yes,
there.
it is that.
So great gameplay, pretty damn good music as well.
Damn good music. The story is also. The story in Tears is so good. It's so good. The cutscenes, just all the lore in that story is so immersive and emotional. It's insane.
I mean,
You wouldn't know.
but it's still just a simple story, though. No,
There's a
Just
lot.
go save the princess.
Honestly, no, it's more than that, because you go on this journey through flashbacks with Zelda and how she went back in time. Honestly, Tears of the Kingdom is Zelda saving Link.
Go save. I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's still just like
Defeat Ganon and save Kingdom,
Yeah.
sure, but there's a whole story in between that's just way different than any other Zelda game or game ever, because it delves back into like time travel and Zelda going on like these different journeys with people, and how Ganon's like doing other shit now, like eating stones.
What?
I mean, would you
know.
say it's
But the story's really good.
Is it on the level of just outright literature? That's the thing. Probably not, right?
No, but it's still a good story.
Yeah, that's what
Oh.
I'm saying. It's still good, but
feet
it's not
touched. They
the
just
best.
picked up my foot.
Whereas the story of Witcher 3 is genuine literature. It's based on books, and the story in the games it could be a book.
Okay, but is the gameplay in Witcher good? Like, explain the gameplay.
The gameplay is probably a 9 out of 10. Like, for what it is, like, just like on it, it's an RPG, right? It's like there's like basically infinite builds you can have. There's like so much customization because obviously you have armor and weapons, right? Simple.
Sure.
Then you also have spells in there.
Can you combine those weapons?
Combine those weapons. What do you mean?
Or does not know about Tears of the Kingdom?
I haven't played Tears of
You
the
can
Kingdom
combine weapons.
Combine weapons.
I'm gonna pause you both right here. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead
Never
Redemption.
played it, but I heard it's really good.
Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, that's the other. Like, I mean, I feel like there's big three. There's a big three like open world games. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, probably like my favorite.
It's probably
story.
better than Tears.
Yeah, so like
It is better.
I don't think
Tears.
so. That's like the competition in open world category is too close for an open world game to be the best of all time.
Yeah, that's why Galaxy's the best of all time.
I don't know about that either because
Have you played
Galaxy's
Galaxy?
story
Have you
is
played
also
Galaxy?
simple.
Okay, but the story. Okay,
No, that's one of our 5 categories. If it can't get like in like a damn good story, I don't think it can be.
But
But the Rosalina lore-
relative. It's just how much the story is important to it. So, like,
how much it adds onto the game.
Yeah, like,
obviously in a story-driven game, like let's say, does The Witcher have story?
Yeah.
So in a story-driven game like The Witcher, yes, story is a big impact on that, and how much they use of story in that game helps that with the best video game of all time. Obviously, for a Mario game, they're not going to use as much story as they have because it's a Mario game, but the amount of story they add is like perfect to what the game is and what it's supposed to be.
So our scale is not an absolute scale.
It
It's a
just
relative
depends.
scale.
It's just relative to
yeah.
the game that it applies to.
Okay.
I feel like I'm holding the mic too far. Remember
Then-
the first episode when the audio was way too quiet?
Yeah, but you know, just
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. But like for Galaxy, the story, you can look for the story like when you progress throughout the game, you get more lore on like one of the main characters of that, Rosalina, how she got to like this like the what's it called, the observatory, the little island thing, the hub
Yeah.
world in Galaxy, and like it's a kind of emotional story, but it's a story where you wouldn't really expect it in a Mario game, but it still fits in that because it's more of a cinematic game compared to other Mario games.
Yeah.
Like the cutscenes are super cinematic. The visuals in Galaxy are so good for its time. They're pretty good.
Does Galaxy 2 have any story?
No,
It's pretty fun though.
it was fun, but there's no story.
There's no
All it is, it's as Scott the Wasp said, they literally just took Galaxy, completely forgot about Galaxy and its continuity, and they just like, okay, let's reverse Galaxy.
Well, yeah, because it was just a bunch of content that they couldn't fit into the first game.
Yeah, no. Galaxy 2 is literally just, we have more ideas for Galaxy. We were gonna make Galaxy like 1.5 DLC, but like, just make a new game. But the lore they added to Galaxy 2 is nothing. All it is Bowser goes, steals Peach, but it's not even cinematic, and the music isn't as good as Galaxy.
Yeah, but it's pretty fun.
It is. I mean, at the end of the day, should we not consider gameplay to be the most important part
I
of the
agree.
game?
Yeah.
I agree with Bill.
But Galaxy's gameplay, I think, is more fun than Galaxy 2. What makes Galaxy 2's like, wait. But Galaxy 2's game, it's the same thing. It's the same engine. It's the same thing. Like
It's
the
a
only
little
thing
bit-
they
I feel
added-
like
the only thing they add is Yoshi.
Yoshi.
The only thing they add is Yoshi.
Well, they improve upon it a little bit, and also the thing about this is a personal thing. Galaxy 2 is a lot more just like, I guess, peppy compared to Galaxy 1.
What does that mean?
Like more upbeat, more colorful, less dark.
Yes.
And that's something I really like because I don't like super dark stuff.
But Galaxy wasn't even that
It
dark.
wasn't even
anyway.
that dark.
They just
But,
had
like-
a perfect amount of like cinematography and like drama. Not that much. It's a Mario game, sure,
Yeah.
but a lot more of that compared to Galaxy 2, and that's
Yeah.
that's what made Galaxy so good.
But Galaxy 2, no diffs.
But okay. Give me. Oh, also, the way you travel to like the different like galaxies compared to the games is so stupid. Like Galaxy 1, you unlock hub worlds and you go and you like attach yourself to a star and see like a big 3D area of what you're about to see. Galaxy 2, click right.
Yeah, but you can now play as Luigi.
You can also play as Luigi in Galaxy 1.
I feel like there's no point in arguing like so little, or like in such like minute detail about Galaxy, because like I don't think Galaxy even has that much of a contention for like the best game of all time.
It does.
I mean,
Its story is perfect enough for
Perfect.
what it's supposed to be. Okay, have you played Galaxy?
I have not, but what I can tell you is that Galaxy doesn't have the like. Okay, let's look at like another factor that you haven't considered, right?
What?
Replayability.
It's replayable.
It's really replayable.
It's really replayable.
I've replayed it like
It-
5 times.
Is it on the same level as another game? Let's say like Dark Souls.
Yes.
Or Elden
Yes.
Ring?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Like
you
Elden
can-
Ring is obviously the most replayable game, but it still compares.
You can put 1,000 hours into it.
Yes.
Sure, you can put 1,000 into Galaxy. You can do so many things in Galaxy. You can replay.
Like what?
You can just replay it, and it's
It-
still fun.
It's the same
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah, but it's still fun. That's what makes Galaxy. You can just replay the levels. Dude, it's a main main part of the game is just replaying the levels for different stars.
What?
Yeah.
Have you never played like a 3D Mario game before?
I didn't know it was designed like 64.
It is designed like
Green
60.
stars.
Like you get green. There's like let's say 3 stars you can get per galaxy. You can replay that level for different stars. That's what makes Galaxy.
Yeah.
You can replay it hundreds of times and find different things.
And you can also just add challenges to it too.
Yeah, you can just like YouTuber mode, basically.
Yeah.
But like it is literally made to replay itself over and over. And there's also throughout the game when you progress to like, hey, there's a green star in like the first galaxy you've ever been to, but there's now another star. Replay that, and then you replay it, and it's not boring because they add different stuff off to the different stars they have. It's made to be replayable.
And then you can also unlock. I don't remember if it was for everything, but at the very end, the last level, there's a challenge mode where you have to do it with 1 HP.
Yeah, they add challenges for you too, like the prankster comets. Those add different things. Like you're gonna race. No, okay, no. Like you know the evil Mario that follows you around.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like an evil Mario that follows you around. If you touch it, you insta die on that level that you're replaying. So it's like one of the most replayable things ever.
I see your point, but when it comes to its music, does it do anything?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
With
Yes.
Yes.
It
all of
innovates.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
How does the music innovate?
It's pretty good.
It's orchestrated. It's beautiful.
It's just it's really.
Have you
good.
listened to Gusty Garden Galaxy?
Put it on.
Go. I hope we don't get copyrighted.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
Dude, it's on YouTube. It's not on Spotify. You're not gonna find it on Spotify. YouTube it was right there. You missed it. Right? Nope. Right. Yeah. It's orchestrated and it's just a beautiful soundtrack.
At the President's Day sale.
So again, when you're listening to this, think of it like, hey, this is a Mario game. Just listen. So for the viewers at home, Matthew's trying to play a YouTube video.
It's not picking it up.
It's fucking beautiful.
This is amazing.
It's beautiful.
And like the entrance into it, like it's so fast paced when you first go in.
And then and think of it like you're playing this thing to get stars. You're like doing all these things.
You're Mario, like walking into a new world, just seeing all the new stuff.
Like
And this is
you're
playing in the
flying
background.
throughout like worlds, galaxies.
You can imagine that with this.
Yeah, I mean, okay, with how you guys are talking about it,
good song! What a good song! Fuck. Sorry, go on.
That's that word.
you're like adjusting the criteria to all be relative to what the game, like what the expectations for the game.
Okay, sure,
are,
but
right?
compared to other games, there's no game that
What?
plays that's music like this.
Music. There are tons of games with orchestral music like that.
Yeah, but not music like this. I think we're both. I think we're both.
We
I
have a
think.
bit of bias.
I think we're both fighting the same battle here.
I think we have a bit of bias.
Yeah, no, because like all of you modified the story criteria to be relative to the basic Mario
Okay,
game.
sure.
You
Yeah.
modified the music to be relative to the Mario
We
game.
didn't say that.
You said yeah, think this is a Mario game and the music.
Okay,
is like
now
this.
think this is a game.
This is a game. I mean, it's orchestral music, but it's not like doing, like, I mean, for example, like, when it comes to music, the way I assess it, like, one, does it sound good? And yes, it sounds good.
It sounds beautiful.
Two, is it new? Is it
Yes.
innovative
Yeah.
or
Yes.
is it kitsched?
Innovative.
Do you know what kitsched is?
No.
Kitsched is basically, it's a thing in art where, such as that painting there would be considered kitsched because it's purely decorative and it's not meant to innovate and push boundaries and to
Okay, but
challenge,
this
right?
music innovates.
I don't think so. At least not on the same level. For example, in Doom 2016, the dude hooked up a chainsaw and power tools and added that into the music to enhance the metal, and it created a whole new subgenre of metal called Argent metal.
That's kind of sick.
That level of innovation, like, okay,
Okay, sure, but would you say Doom 2016 is the best
I would say like
game of all time?
I'm using it for its relevance in the music, and like that level of innovation is insane already. And then it's taken a step up in Eternal, and then also because it's like, what's it called? I almost feel like a Mario game, and this is my bias here, shouldn't be like this is my bias that a Mario game shouldn't really be considered in the best game of all time, because like I don't think the level of innovation that we see in Nintendo with Mario is on the level of some other games. Like, what's it called?
Yeah.
Because it's always the same structure. It's the same
Well,
structure.
not for Galaxy.
Well, okay, the structure, story-wise, is the same, but the gameplay, it's like, every
Every
Nintendo
Mario
console,
game has completely different gameplay.
Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 are exceptions to this rule, but like Sunshine,
Sunshine, it's all movement. They all
Odyssey.
changed movement. For example, 64. Okay, it's 64. Whatever.
There's the baseline.
Sunshine, you have flood. The back of your thing, it shoots water. That's how you fly, basically.
Galaxy
for a
of
little bit.
Luma.
Galaxy of Luma, you shake the controller, you jump upwards more than usual. Now, yeah, that doesn't sound very cool, but when
like,
you're using it in levels, it's
the
really
things they
cool.
do with it, yeah. And
Yeah.
then Odyssey, you have Cappy.
You have the cap
It's
thing.
just movement
It's just-
options, you possession.
It's just movement. Yeah, like for people that love movement in video games, that's
and
the shit.
rolling too. It's just they completely revamped the movement.
What other game?
3D World.
3D World.
Okay, 3D World's just a 3D 2D basically.
Yeah, dude,
Well, they
that
have the
movement
cat suit.
sucks. The cat suit's like the only new movement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3D
really
World
helps.
is like it does this niche cool, but it's not like
we don't talk about the
objectively
Wii
great.
U and anything
We
associated
don't talk
with
about
it.
3D
Yeah.
World. But like every mainline 3D Mario game besides
When's the next 3D Mario game coming out?
that's not happening.
What?
That's not happening.
No.
Like there's no rumor yet. But why were we talking about movement again? Oh, like what difference? Yeah, well, what's different from Galaxy is the movement. What's different from Galaxy from other games? It's just its way. I don't know. It's just good. It's just good. I don't know how to describe just Galaxy.
And that's the thing that gets me. You guys like Galaxy, and sure, there's some bias in it. It's you like Galaxy, but
Yeah.
when we're assessing like the best game of all time and trying to be objective about it, you can't have I like this thing. Like I can say the same thing. Like I mean, I'm doing the same thing. I like Doom Eternal,
Yeah.
my favorite game, but I'm trying to find reasoning, and I think I'm doing like a decent job of it, like finding out specific instances, right?
I think Dill's right here. Like I feel
like it just depends on
I
the
feel
person's
we are
opinion.
putting a lot of like this is becoming more of a personal thing rather than the original objective plan.
Yeah.
To it.
And also the thing that gets me, you guys are coming into this with the conclusion that Galaxy has to be the best, and
Yeah.
then you're not finding like good things about other games. Well, you did somewhat Tears of the Kingdom, but it's like I don't know, because like there's like giants in all games. Like, have you guys heard about like the game that won like the definitive like best game of all time award? Like I forgot which studio it was. It was Dark Souls 1.
Oh, you know what? One best game of the century,
Cen-
whatever.
what?
Decade? Half-Life 2.
Half-Life
Really?
decade, but not of all time. It was
I think it was century. I actually think it was century.
Century. But when was that vote, or when was that done?
2016.
26. I
Yeah.
think Dark Souls 1 in 2021.
Yeah, Dark Souls 1,
But didn't check
the ultimate game of all time. It was voted for Dark Souls.
And
Check.
that was more recent.
check for the viewers at home, I'm looking up something.
And you're right. I think Half-Life has a decent shot at being it. But obviously I haven't played Half-Life. I don't know that much about it. I've played a little. But I think there's some things missing in Half-Life that you would need to be the best game of all time.
Like
Yeah.
what?
Like what? Okay, so for example,
The story's good.
the story
is
story's
best for its
good.
time.
I think the gameplay is actually pretty damn creative considering it was in like 2001.
And it's also like the first physics-based game
Yeah, it's
ever.
physics. It does some very interesting things, but like for example, like I don't think the music is like very like it doesn't like stand out to me all that much.
Yeah, no, it's more like a realistic game when you're hearing the stuff around it.
I think like
Sound design.
had they had those ideas maybe 10 years later, it could definitely be like the best game of all time.
Hey, maybe
but-
Half-Life 3 will.
Maybe. I think that has a strong
Honestly,
contention.
Half-Life Alyx is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different genre because it's like VR and it's like different headspace. But like I don't know. I think the moral is the best game of all time just caters to what the person likes.
Well, yeah, but that's what they all are. But if we're trying to find like some sort of objective criteria, and
Okay, well
I think-
let's just change the thing.
So
from
soft
the original.
reset here. I think contenders, just off the top of my head, Red Dead 2, Elden Ring.
we should find some like we should first define the best games of their respective genre, and then compare those to
Shooter.
each other.
Doom
Shooter?
Eternal for you.
Shooter.
Yeah.
Platformer, Mario Galaxy.
Mario Galaxy.
Open world.
Or open world,
What do we
Elden Ring
think?
for me. I think that's a very
Open
Tears
world.
for me.
I feel like we should step away from open world because open world it's such a close contention between Tears, Red Dead, and Witcher, and then
honestly,
Elden Ring.
I think
like
that-
it's way too close.
And also, none of those games are for us anyway the best games of all time. So why?
Elden Ring was my second favorite.
Elden Ring is very close. I'm willing to agree that Elden Ring might be the best game. I think
yeah.
Actually, wait. If we have a 2-on-1 vote, can we declare that Elden Ring is the best open world?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Elden Ring
Is the best for its open world.
for open world. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what else? Shooter.
Fortnite.
Yeah, multiplayer shooter.
Fortnite. Come on.
Best shooter. It's hard.
It's like Halo. I don't know.
I've
I
never
might
played
be
it.
biased.
Never played it.
I only played Halo 1 like once.
I don't know. All right, then we'll avoid talking about Halo since we don't know too much about it.
Fortnite's damn good.
2D platformer like Hollow Knight or Metroid.
Or Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hollow Knight. Sure.
Actual 2D platformer.
But I think
Geometry Dash.
a lot of this
Also
is,
Mario. Like Mario's also pretty good.
A lot of this is based off our own like the games we've
Experiences.
played. Yeah.
Yeah, the games are.
And our like emotional bias.
Because I haven't played as many games as someone who's chronically online. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just like for us anyway, it's just like the nostalgia of playing that game for
Yeah.
the first time, and it's also like other things.
Yeah.
But like based on criteria, it just sounds like Elden Ring would be the best game of all
Elden
time
Ring.
for now anyway. That's what
Actually, I think Dark Souls 1 is a better game than Elden Ring.
I have not
well, that's the
played
thing.
any other
When
Dark
we're,
Souls
okay,
games.
here's the thing, and this is probably the main problem when we're talking about something like this. It's we're talking about games that we've also just haven't played. Like I haven't played Elden Ring, I haven't played Dark Souls, I haven't played
You
Witcher
haven't
3.
played Elden Ring?
No.
I also like haven't played Elden Ring, but I have a good amount of friends that have played it, and I've like
You have.
I know like a
Yo, wait.
decent amount about it. I've played.
He's talking about Elden Ring like he's played.
what
it.
the fluff?
No, I know. I've played every single Souls game except for Demon Souls, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring.
Dude, bring
I've-
Bloodborne to PC.
Honestly, though, okay, I
Fuck
think
PC ports.
the thing is, with Elden Ring, so much of it is based on that first time playing in that
Yeah.
open world. But so that when it comes to replayability, Dark Souls 1 crushes it. It's
Explain Dark Souls 1's replayability.
replayability. Okay, so in the beginning, it is somewhat like Elden Ring in that it's kind of open world because there's multiple different paths you can go through. There's 8 paths you can technically go down if you know like how to get through there, and then also because of how many glitches there are, there's so many different paths you can go down, and so it allows for a lot more interesting and creative like challenge runs. So for example, you can beat the whole game doing the bosses in alphabetical order, and so you have these like obscure like there's this glitch called a wrong warp, which lets you literally skip half the game if you want to. And so like that kind of like ingenuity in the challenge runs and that kind of replayability, I feel like Elden Ring just wouldn't have, because after a while in that open world you kind of get bored because you have to go through like this whole trek across it, and you don't have that sense of discovery anymore. Whereas in Dark Souls, like sure you might know all the areas like the back of your mind, but there's always new sort of tactics and glitches that you'll find around the corner because of the limitations they had.
I think yeah, go on.
Okay. So I haven't played Dark Souls 1. I can't speak on it. But Elden Ring, in the case, I think there's a few areas where it's wrong or a little bit exaggerated. Yeah. So with replayability, obviously the first run will always be your best because it's the discovery factor. But by the time you get to your second run, you could run it with an entirely different build, and you can do mage, strength. There's challenge runs that I've seen on YouTube, and then
Mic
but
closer to the mouth.
every area you go to, there's always going to be something you've missed for at least the first few runs.
Mhm.
And each run is like at least 40 hours, 20, 40 hours. So there's just a lot to explore. And then different weapons, different tools. And there is an end to it. I agree with that. Like, probably 5, 6 runs in, it'll get boring.
Yeah.
But there's still New Game Plus, too. So
Yeah.
to like amp up the challenge, make it harder.
The thing is, everything that you've said also applies to Dark Souls 1, with the exception of the new weapon skill system that they have in Elden Ring, which, I mean, I haven't played it, but they had a similar system in Dark Souls 3. And I think that spices up the weapons a lot. But I think that minor increment doesn't make up for just the sheer depth of things in Dark Souls 1. And also, I think Dark Souls 1 is a lot closer to the, like earlier I was talking about story being like closer to literature than a simple story. I feel like, obviously, I don't know Elden Ring story, but
It's not really there.
in Dark Souls 1, like, you have to be looking for it, but it's on the level of literature, and you can literally see how the story was inspired
Check the recording.
by other works of art. Like, for example, Berserk. You can see all the, like, it's like a very direct link to the Berserk in that. You can analyze it like it's literature.
Did it stop recording?
Yeah, it did, because there's no storage left.
Ooh.
Shit.
Let me see when.
I mean, as long as we have the audio, right?
Could you delete the old recordings? Like the first episode recording? You don't really need that.
Oh god, 3 minutes it cooked. Spotify exclusive.
Yeah.
YouTube exclusive in
Spotify. We can double it down.
That kind of works out.
Yeah, that works.
We could try recording on. I don't have any storage left.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so taking it away from the Souls-like games, because I mean, I think it does come down to personal preference. If you value your first run-through over your aggregate run-throughs when it comes to Elden Ring and Dark Souls, you think there's another strong contender for the open best game of all time, Chris?
I still think it's Galaxy.
Really?
I just still think it's Galaxy. But again, it's just based off how I feel about
It's just
the game.
about criteria, yeah.
And it's also like story, yeah, sure it lacks. Gameplay is really good. How it feels to play, we haven't really like talked about that. Just the feeling of like the controls. Like how does Doom? I know I've played Doom Eternal. The controls are good because it's good movement, good stuff.
Yeah.
Galaxy, it feels like it was made for the controllers. You know, like you good?
Matthew has fallen asleep because of the talk about Galaxy.
No, I'm falling asleep from the movie.
The only thing we can conclude, that movie was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys want to like end this soon because it's getting dark and Matthew?
It is getting dark, and
Yeah.
I
Matthew
think
doesn't-
my dad's home, so he can watch my
Yeah,
grandma.
maybe we'll just like
We'll just say it moral. Okay, based off like what we think, it's just based off how we feel. Because for Galaxy, you think about the nostalgia and when it came out, like you think of
Yeah.
nostalgia of playing that when you like for the first time when you were like 6 or whatever. But for Dill, whatever, it's like also like his first time playing industry replayability. But like based off criteria, there's just a lot of games we can talk about.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like we should like
Limit it to its genre.
Save this for now, and then we'll go more in depth about genre specifics later.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just talk about it now. Genre specific for open world, we can just say Elden Ring because that's what you guys voted. And the only
Yeah.
thing I say is Tears of the Kingdom, but you guys outvote me, whatever.
But
For-
something to consider, I haven't played Red Dead. I haven't played other Souls games. So,
Yeah, I feel like we.
just for
I-
games
I-
we think and like are familiar
Yeah.
with. we can
Actually,
talk
wait,
about.
question like, because I know like what I'm familiar with, and I think you guys also can tell because I don't
Yeah.
stop talking
Yeah.
about what I'm familiar with. Well, kind of like, Chris, you're familiar with Mario games and like platforms and such,
Nintendo
right?
games, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nintendo. Matthew, do you have like a
And Valve.
subjective focus, like a
Nintendo.
Nintendo?
Nintendo. For me, it's Nintendo and Valve. I love Valve. All
I
the
played a
games they-
lot of Nintendo games, and that's
Also,
really
Portal
it.
2's pretty good.
Portal 2 is pretty good.
Story's really good. Gameplay's, I mean, Portals. So,
Yeah. Portal's damn it, like its ingenuity is crazy.
also, it's it's pretty replayable actually.
Yeah, it's
Like
fairly
I'd play
replayable.
Portal 2 again. Actually, I did play Portal 2 again. Portal 1. Okay, we can't talk. Portal 1.
Minecraft.
Best game of all time. Actually, we haven't
Most
really,
replayable.
dude, we haven't even thought of Minecraft. Like open
Minecraft. I've
world.
thought about it in the back of my mind, but it's like it's obviously the best sandbox game.
Easily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like, dude, are we thinking of Minecraft as open world though?
It's not the most enjoyable game. It's
There's a difference between open world and sandbox.
Okay.
'Cause
Minecraft is a perfect sandbox game. For what we're familiar with, Elden Ring's the best. Because I want to get to the conclusion here.
yeah.
Elden Ring's the best open world game. Platformer Odyssey. Because
I've also played Odyssey, so
Sorry, not Odyssey. Sorry, I don't know why I said Odyssey. Galaxy. Odyssey's pretty good too, but
Yeah.
you know,
Odyssey's pretty
Galaxy kind of diffs. Like, no offense to you, Matthew, but Galaxy 2 is just like a dumbed down version. and
I
it's
feel like
just
Galaxy
DLC.
1 and Galaxy 2 are basically the same.
They're the
game.
same
Yeah.
game, basically.
Yeah,
It's the
Galaxy
same-
2 would be DLC.
exact
Let's
same
just group it in
engine.
then.
But just the Galaxy series. Is the best platformer.
Yeah.
Best shooter. Doom Eternal, sure.
Fortnite.
Let's troll Dill. I vote Fortnite.
I hope Fortnite.
All right, Fortnite's the best shooter.
I mean, best multiplayer shooter.
No, best shooter.
shooter.
Sorry, little bro. A best multiplayer shooter. We can go with Fortnite. Fortnite, yeah. You know what? Yeah, screw it.
Best multiplayer game.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Pretty good.
I mean, because you got the backpack and
Dude,
everything.
I got the backpack. I gotta show that off. You know what? Screw it.
Best game of all time.
Fortnite. I go Fortnite.
I go Fortnite.
All right, guys.
2 versus 1.
Based on vote here, the best video game of all time is just Fortnite, based
Battle
on our
Royale.
vote. Fortnite Battle Royale. So yeah, that's about it for this episode.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
watching.
for watching, and
Have a great day. And we're sorry about the movie.
yeah, if you watched that, we're sorry.
We're still recovering.
We're
from it
still recovering.
ourselves.
Yeah, it took you a week to recover, but it took us 40 minutes of talking about video games.
I
So,
mean, I'm recovering still. Like,
Yeah, same.
conclusion: best video game of all time is Fortnite, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye,
If there's a next
Skibonation.
week. See you, Skibodators.
Is it Skibidation or